So we were large scale. So we started off thinking about all of the assets that were there already, and particularly the resources and networks that allow people to use those resources and made everything accessible. Obviously there are challenges there, such as the river and the kind of crossing to Kew, but we valued that there was the Thames footpath, there was the what's it called, Green Link? London Link. The network of bus routes, obviously activities like the kind of Kew Arch, canoeing club, and we started thinking about what they had put as the fourth item on their agenda, which they didn't quite understand, which was to do with health and well-being. And we were thinking, well, actually, if they were looking at really working with those themes and priorities, they already had some resources that they could use, that they could already be kind of getting a return on just by measuring it. If they understood how many people were using that, and how spending a day wandering around Science Park could be really good for your mental health, or taking a great big long hike across the canal towpath or something, what good value that would have. And then we got into thinking about how with that theme we could draw together all of the diverse players of the community. And obviously initially we got to think about the opportunities for kind of growing activities either on the railway bank or in this kind of allotment land here, and the benefits of engaging people with that, again at relatively low cost. So and we also thought about the same thing probably the other group have, which is the opportunity for using very low investment recreation, managed recreation in the kind of sheds, like kind of five-a-side, that kind of thing. So with two enhanced resources at a tiny investment of £20,000, we thought we could get off £8,000 of fees from venue hire, £12,000 of the produce each year, and we could lower the NHS bill by £10,000 a year because of all of this kind of stuff going on. So no money spent at all. And then we got into thinking about how really we could engage people with more things than just making vegetables. We thought, well, can we get people involved in making business and making houses and making all kinds of things. We thought about the Coin Street development, and about how from a community garden they had grown into a very kind of enterprise-driven organisation in charge of making their own homes, making units for lease to business. And actually that helped us to think about a complete shift away from the development model that they are proposing to something much more radical, that rather than just kind of entertaining the community, they absolutely embrace the community and give the project to the community, and really help the community steer the regeneration on their own terms. They're the people that have that built those factories, those sheds and things, and really that land can be theirs in this kind of idealistic scenario. So if by 2012, so only a couple of years away, we thought about inviting some of the existing businesses to explore relocation experimental relocation exercises in some of the derelict buildings. So we're putting up £600,000 worth of relocation grants to help some of those existing buildings develop within the framework of the existing resources there, alongside our growing scheme and sports scheme. So we've got a little bit of increase there, and a little bit of increase on our NHS saving as well, because all the people involved in this business are all feeling very good about the opportunities available to them as well. So that's 2012. And then 2015, we're making a more radical move at this point. We've asked the bus depot to kind of move front of house and actually develop a bus garage, bus station, which again could be a community managed resource here. So this frees up this land, which could be part of the community growing scheme. Obviously the bus networks helps kind of revitalise all of the kind of public access and networks, and perhaps could become a kind of community hub with, you know, cafes for mums and buggies and sandwich shops and small businesses and things like that as well. So in this year we've got, you know, the same venue hire. Our produce has taken a leap because we've got so much more land, and we've now brokered some leases with Transport for London and the small businesses. So we've actually brought in 300,000, and our NHS bill has gone down by an additional £25,000, because all the bus users are feeling nice about their garage, and all the buggy mums are feeling good because they all get to meet each other and exchange, you know, tips and things in the bus station in the morning. So that's the 2015. And then by 2017, so we're doing this in kind of 2.5 year increments, we were actually helping the businesses. The businesses were becoming really confident players in the kind of reuse of these buildings, and steering their kind of multiple occupancy, really. So there's a massive investment of development grants, 750,000 to £1 million to help these units become rejuvenated. But of course we're now getting, you know, money from the leasing of these, from the commercial leases that we're brokering here, and our NHS bill still going down because, you know, more people are feeling great about ownership and cooperation. So that's 2017, and then really this is our final scenario in 2020, and 10 years down the line. And here we have our kind of full regeneration site with all of the, you know, expanded multiple use buildings. Still venue hire income, produce income, leases. We're seeing about £2 million lease generation now, and a fabulous great saving of £55,000 on our NHS bill for the area, with everybody feeling good about themselves and taking lots of exercise and using buses and eating vegetables and new business opportunities and things. Okay. Do you think they'll go for that one?